Alright lads, and it's a bit weird because for me, the first 3 game weeks have came extremely fast, but already we're on to the 3rd week. We have some absolute bangs coming up, including Liverpool versus Manchester United. Oh, that's going to be a bad one. And then we have Newcastle United coming up against Man City. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. On to Spurs playing at home against Wolves. Now for me, Spurs did carve out a 2-2 draw with Chelsea. But then again, I feel like the referee was definitely on their side and they did not deserve it at all because they were dominated on and off the ball. Wolves just signed Valencia winger Gonzalo Guedes, and I actually think he's quite an intriguing signing because I'm interested to see whether he adds another level of explosiveness to the team, because I know they've already got Podence and Pedro Neto. Tottenham are easily the favourites here, and with them playing a 3-man up top system with some absolute quality attackers, I can see them dominating the upper areas of the park, so they'll probably get a couple goals. Kane in particular will have a great day, getting 2 goals, and it will be 3-1 to Spurs, with Pedro Neto being the only real shining light for Wolves. On to Everton playing at home against Nottingham Forest, and already Nottingham Forest got their first win against West Ham. And for me personally, I do think the crossbar saved them more than their actual players, and they weren't very deserving to get the 3 points. Everton, on the other hand, they actually backed up my statement from last episode, saying that, you know, defensively they're absolute quality with players like Yeremina, who is actually out, and Tarkowski, but they just don't have enough firepower going forward, and we saw that in the 2-1 loss to Aston Villa. One player I'd like to talk about is Onana, the new £30 million record signing for Everton, and I genuinely think he is a piece of perfect work. The man came on actually quite late and did already force a goal. It wasn't necessarily his, but he forced Lucadinho to make a very hard clearance and it did go in. He made 100% great decisions and actually does remind me of a bit of a deeper Romelu Lukaku, but who's actually quite good on the ball. 1-1, Lingard will save the Forest in the last minutes. On to Leicester versus Southampton. Now, the Saints actually went down 2-0 to Leeds, but ended up drawing the game 2-2, which does show fight in my opinion. And Leicester, on the other hand, were absolutely bullied, as I said. Gabriel Jesus getting 4 goal contributions in a 4-2 absolute demolishment. This could actually be a very easy chance for the Foxes to get 3 points here. They found it tough for the first 2 weeks, but I genuinely think a team like Southampton, they do let themselves, you know, get dominated on and off the ball quite a lot, and you know, I think we could see maybe a better Leicester side this time out. As I said though, Southampton do show fight, so I'd be surprised if maybe a Ward-Prowse type player wasn't to go and save them. 2-1 to Leicester, with Maddison man of the match bagging a goal and an assist. On to Fulham playing at home against Brentford, and I'd actually say these are the 2 teams that are most on form, but then again, with Brentford, I mean, they beat United 4-0, but come on, it's United. In all seriousness, fair play to the Bees. They absolutely embarrassed us. I mean, Thomas Frank tactically outwitted our players. It's like none of our players have a football brain. And then Fulham, in contrast, got another draw, which is decent for them. This is the battle of the 2 massive, big, tall strikers, Ivan Toney versus Mitrovic. Oh my gosh, what a battle this will be. Both of them not battling against each other, but battling with each other's defences, and I actually think both will get a goal. 2 of them are on great form, so why not? This will be an unexpected thriller, and it's going to be 3-2 to Brentford, with Josh Da Silva scoring the winning goal, and that means, yes, he's scored in every single consecutive Premier League match. So Palace playing at home against Aston Villa. Now, Villa actually outsmarted Klopp in an emphatic draw, which was 1-1, and players like Eberechi Eze, he is absolutely fantastic. I mean, last season I saw a sort of raw version of him. He wasn't able to necessarily complete an end product, but now I think I'm seeing a lot of improvement. I don't know what he did in pre-season, but this guy is really, really good. And also fair play to Vieira, because he did outsmart Klopp, as I said. I mean, playing 10 men behind the ball, and then when they got the ball, they sprung a counter-attack. That's exactly Klopp's kryptonite, so well done to him. On to Villa, and for me, actually, I will give Gerrard credit, because I think this is the first game I've watched of Villa this season where I've said Gerrard actually has a plan here. And you don't usually say that with him, do you? I actually think Villa's midfield three will stop Crystal Palace's sort of dynamite play in the middle areas. With Jacob Ramsey, the star boy, I love the guy. I genuinely think he will be class on the day. 1-0 Palace, another great Zaha finish in the first half. On to Bournemouth playing at home against Arsenal. Now, Parker's side was second in the league. But come on, it's inevitable. You played City, you lost 4-0. And now the club that's actually replaced them in second place is Arsenal, quite funnily enough. And all I've got to say is, Jesus lads. Jesus lads. This guy is absolutely fantastic. And I am so glad I said in my Premier League predictions that Jesus will get the golden boot. Because I stick by that opinion. And I will continue to do that every single day until the Premier League ends. One player I do respect as well for the Gunners, and I think will shine, is Gabriel Martinelli. Now, I have him in my FPL, and I think you guys should as well, because, you know, he's quite pacey. You know, he uses trickery to outsmart defenders, and I have a feeling maybe a Bournemouth, sort of a championship side, will either be forced to foul him or he'll just simply get past him, so he's bagging a goal. 2-0 to Arsenal, and to be fair to Bournemouth, I don't think they'll be that bad. I just think they don't have enough firepower going up front. Kiefer Moore is not good enough, and I haven't seen enough as Dominic Solanke. On to West Ham, playing at home against Brighton, and if United actually get 1 point, then they will be above West Ham, which is quite funny. But if I am honest with the Irons, if I'm honest with the Irons, I can't see that happening because they were class the other day. Especially Ben Rama. I mean, the man was fantastic. He was really the only player that was really pushing that Nottingham Forest back three. And it actually worked. He had a couple chances where it was just him versus the keeper. And unfortunately, I think he hit the crossbar a couple times. He didn't get his deserved goal that time, so I think he'll get his deserved goal this time. Brighton are only 2 points off first, so fair play to them, but I mean, I reckon the players will be absolutely puffed out because I'm seeing a bit of a pattern where Brighton are working harder than ever. So, you know, be expected for a couple of them to be a bit tired, and I don't think that's going to be very beneficial to them winning this game. This might be because I'm salty as a United fan, but who cares? West Ham 1-0. On to Leeds versus Chelsea, and Leeds are actually above Chelsea in one place. Obviously, Leeds being 6th, Chelsea being 7th. So if I could tell Leeds fans one thing, enjoy it. I actually need to say sorry to Chelsea because over the weekend I thought they would be embarrassed. I actually said their fans would leave at the 60th minute out of embarrassment against Tottenham. Well, it was the other way round, exactly opposite. Chelsea did not, I don't think there was at least 5 minutes in the game where Chelsea were looking like the worst team, just 5 minutes. Tuchel, and along with the players, they are clearly trying to show people, especially these YouTubers and Premier League prediction, I can be in top 4. I smell a first Premier League goal for Chelsea from Raheem Sterling, and also I reckon Ruben Loftus-Cheek will have a very good game because, I mean, he played quite well in the Spurs game, and I just feel like Tuchel will reward him with another start. 2-0 to Chelsea. I actually think Leeds will be dominated on the ball. That's where they'll lack, but I think without the ball, Jesse Marsch will sort of know what to expect from Chelsea, hence them only conceding 2 pretty unlucky goals. On to United versus Liverpool. Watch these last 2 games because they are the best. I'd say these 2 teams are the worst teams based off form in the top 6. It's funny because actually if we win, we will overtake Liverpool, which I don't understand because everyone's saying we're doing terrible. No one's talking about Liverpool. They're 2 points ahead of us and we're in 20th. This derby means a lot, and weirdly, I'm actually quite optimistic. One player for the Reds and Liverpool turned into Zinedine Zidane last week, Darwin Núñez, and I was watching the game as a centre-back myself. I tried to analyse Joachim Andersen and what he'd do. He kept on pushing, tugging, and I don't know what Darwin Núñez was thinking. He just got to keep his head in the game. Why would he go like, oh, bullet header Fogdad? What was that going on? What was going on there? What was going on there? I personally think that was a bit selfish for the team, and he will be a massive loss because I don't think Roberto Firmino can step in his boots. Call me an idiot. we have the crappiest players in the league on form. We are the worst team in the league on form. And I stand by everything I said in the last video about how crap our players are, how crap all the workers are, but we will still win this game. We will win 1-0, and it will be a very big surprise to everyone. On to the last game, and we've got the money derby. Newcastle at home versus Manchester City. Now, why I say this is a money derby? Because they are. It's the Saudi Arabian derby. It's the money derby. The Magpies haven't actually conceded a Premier League goal this season, which is quite impressive. That means it's good from Nick Pope. Nick Pope playing well. Dan Burn, Botman, Shaw, all of them are playing pretty much decent. And it will be interesting to see whether Haaland can break through, because obviously he didn't score the other day, but then game week 1 he got 2 goals. A player that definitely will is Kevin De Bruyne. He will get a goal, and I tell you what, this man is magical. He's absolutely fantastic on his day, and he'll have a good day here. This game will surprisingly be very close, and it will only be 1-0 to City. Cheers for watching, lads. Click on the channel if you like the video I'm making. Subscribe. Tell me what you think about some of the games. I want to hear your opinions on Manchester United versus Liverpool. Ask me some questions. Why not? But anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.